as the years flew by. An old V8 growled low and deep, carrying promises I couldn't keep. The highway shimmered beneath the moon, playing an old forgotten tune. My battered Strat lay by my side, like an old friend along for the ride. Every spark became a flame, every road called out my name. Through the darkness I could feel a heart forged strong in smoke and steel. Smoke and steel, running wild like the heart of a restless child. Every mile writes another page, every song outlives the age. Smoke and steel, burning bright, rolling through the southern night. With these old strings in my hands, freedom lives across this land. A lonely roadhouse glowed in gold, sheltering dreamers from the cold. The bartender smiled and poured it slow, like he'd seen every face I know. Slide guitars fill the smoky air, turning silence into prayer. Boots kept dancing across the floor like they had 1,000 nights before. Thunder echoed through the plains, washing dust away with the rain. Still these wheels refuse to rest, always chasing something best. Smoke and steel, hear them roar like waves crashing on the shore. Every heartbeat finds its sound when the blues come rolling around. Smoke and steel, side by side, the road's my home, the wind's my guide. No matter where tomorrow leads, the blues are all I'll ever need. Steel may bend and smoke may fade, but memories never disappear. Every scar upon this soul reminds me why I'm still here. I've crossed rivers, storms, and fire, never lost my one desire to keep these 6 strings singing free for everyone who believes. Smoke and steel, one more ride with the rising sun as my guide. Every dawn begins a song where every drifter still belongs. Smoke and steel, forever true. Every road begins anew. As long as the wheels keep turning around, the blues will never let me down. The last freight train disappears into the morning mist. The smell of gasoline, wood smoke, and fresh rain lingers in the air. A lone Stratocaster sings its final sustained note, while the Hammond organ fades beneath a golden southern sunrise. The road never asks where you've been, go next? Midnight sky, steel wheels sang as the years flew by, and no V8 brow, low and deep. Sunset bled across the county line. There's an old neon sign flickered one last time. I parked my truck beside a weathered door where broken hearts had gathered years before. He knew why every soul came around. An old guitar leaned against the wall, waiting for the night to make its call. Outside the wind began to rise, thunder painted restless skies. Inside the band played slow and low, like they already knew. I never let you go. Let's call it Devil's Crossing. If the road should end tonight, let the stars become my light. Leave my boots beside this chair. Let the music fill the air. No regrets behind these eyes, only truth beneath these skies. Every mile has made me strong. Every blues became my song. Let's call it Devil's Cross. Raise them high, let freedom ring. Every heart that's ever broken still has one more song to sing. Let's call it Devil's Cross. As the morning starts to shine, I keep driving toward the sunrise, leaving yesterday behind. The bartender turns off the neon sign. The final guitar note lingers in the empty room. Outside, the engine starts beneath a crimson dawn, and the highway stretches endlessly into tomorrow. Dust was rising where the blacktop burned. Every mile held a lesson learned. Oh, Route 61 stretched through the night like a lonely river under pale moonlight. My old six-string rode beside my soul. Rust on the fender, but the engine rolled. Every faded sign had a tale to tell, between heaven's highway and a southern hill. Thunder rolling across the sky, like old memories that never die. Every heartbeat, every turn leaves another bridge to burn. Dust and thunder on Route 61, still chasing shadows with the setting sun. Steel strings crying through the pouring rain. Every mile echoes your sweet name. Dust and thunder on Route 61, where broken hearts and dreamers run. If tomorrow never comes my way, the blues will lead me home someday. Neon motel glowing faded red, ghosts of yesterday inside my head. Coffee growing cold beneath my hand, watching lightning strike the open land. An old harmonica began to cry, like an eagle floating through the sky. Every note carried years of pain, still somehow calling me again. Wheels keep turning through the storm, searching for where hearts are born. The road may steal what loved ones Every promise that we made rides the wind beyond the plains, like freedom flowing through our veins. No chains can hold this wandering heart. No goodbye can tear it apart. As long as these old wheels still roll, the blues will always know my soul. Dust and thunder on Route 61, still believing my race ain't done. Every chord keeps hope alive, giving broken dreams a place to survive. Dust and thunder on Route 61, where every highway meets the sun. Raise your glass and sing along. The road goes on, the blues live on. Oh. The rain slowly fades into the distance. A lone Stratocaster sings one final phrase. The engine hums beneath the crimson sunrise, as Route 61 disappears beyond the horizon. The sun went down on an old dirt road, with a lifetime pecked beneath my coat, where the guitar crossed my back, following an endless railroad track. The rusty string still knew my name, though nothing in this world remained the same. Every scar upon these hands was written by forgotten bands. The wind still sings through broken pines, like an old friend lost in time. No matter where these wheels may start, they'll never tame a rebel heart. Rusty strings and rebel hearts, like a wildfire burning bright. Rusty strings and rebel hearts, still chasing dreams beneath the stars. If freedom has a melody, it's playing deep inside of me. A worn-out bar beside the tracks, where old bikers never look back. The jukebox cried with every spin, like it knew where I'd been. The bartender poured another Yes, I smile beneath the neon glow. Some things only the blues can know. Thunder roll beyond the hill, silence louder than it feels. Every mile I've traveled through only brought me back to truth. Rusty strings and rebel hearts, still alive where legends start. Slide guitars and midnight rain turn every sorrow into flame. Rusty strings and rebel hearts never bow and never break. Every road becomes a song. Every sunrise proves us strong. Others wear old highways like a crown. No chains can hold a wandering soul when the open road becomes your home. Every bridge I've crossed has taught that freedom simply can't be bought. It's found between the dust and sky, where broken dreams refuse to die. Rusty strings and rebel hearts, we'll keep riding through the dark. Every note becomes a flame. Every soul deserves a name. Rusty strings and rebel hearts, hear the engines steady beat. As long as these old songs survive, the blues will never know defeat. The last neon light disappears behind the hills. Chrome glows beneath the rising morning sun. One final Stratocaster note echoes across the valley, while the harmonica drifts into the warm southern breeze. At the end of an old gravel road stood a bar where lonely stories flowed. As His withered sign swung in the wind, welcoming every soul worn thin. The porch boards creak beneath my boots, like they remembered old hard truths. A battered telly hung on the wall, waiting for the night's first call. The smoke grows slowly through the light as guitars warm the restless night. Every face carried yesterday, but nobody came to run away. Last whiskey saloon, where broken hearts still find a tune. Raise your glass, let the night roll on. We'll face tomorrow with the coming dawn. Midnight's gone. The bartender polished an old oak bar, wild thunder echoed from afar. Cowboys laughed with silver hair, sharing memories floating through the air. A biker laid his helmet down, dust from 100 forgotten towns. He smiled and said, the road goes far, but this old place knows who you are. Outside the rain began to fall, inside the music held us all. Every note became a flame. Where all dreams bloom once more, every song becomes a home behind this weathered wooden Baby, tomorrow calls my name. Baby, nothing stays the same. But tonight this old saloon feels like home beneath the moon. You can't bottle freedom's fire, or silence and old guitar wire. As long as these strings still cry, hope will never truly die. Last whiskey saloon, singing loud beneath the moon. Every road leads somewhere new. bartender turns the sign to close. The last whiskey glass catches the first light of dawn. Outside, motorcycles rumble back onto the highway. Inside, a lone Stratocaster whispers one final note as the Hammond organ slowly fades into silence. The saloon falls quiet until another traveler walks through its door. Shining beneath the moon, the engine growled a low, familiar tune. Chrome reflections dancing in the rain. Every mile washed away the pain. A battered Strat strapped across my back, following the endless railroad track. No destination written on the map, just freedom riding through the gaps. The wind keeps whispering my name while the stars ignite the flame. Every road I've left behind still echoes through my restless mind. Black leather and blue flames rolling wild through pouring rain. Steel strings screaming to the sky, never asking the reason why. Black leather and blue flames, freedom running through my veins. No chains can ever hold my soul. The highway always takes control. Neon lights on a broken sign. Another whiskey, one more dime. The jukebox played and no blues cry, while strangers watch the night roll by. And no biker raised his glass to me, said, "Son, the road's where you're meant to be." He smiled beneath his silver beard, like a man who'd conquered every fear. Thunder rolling overhead, awakening dreams I thought were dead. Every ago. Just an open road to hoe, where the horizon meets the sky. That's where dreams refuse to die. If tomorrow fades away, I'll still ride another day, with 6 steel strings beneath my hands. I'll leave my story in the sand. Black leather and blue flames, still burning through the wind and rain. Every sunrise lights the road, every song lifts every load. Black leather and blue flames, the blues will never fade away. As long as these old wheels still turn, this fire will forever burn. The motorcycles disappear into the morning mist. The highway glows beneath the first golden light. One last Stratocaster note hangs in the air, while the Hammond organ slowly fades into silence. The cold moon hung above the plains, silver light on dusty lanes. An old pickup rolled through the night, chasing ghosts beneath its headlights. Barbed wire fences line the road, holding stories no one told. The prairie wind began to sing, like an old guitar with broken strings. Every mile beneath that sky carried dreams that refused to die. The stars burned bright above the land, like fire resting in my hands. Cold moon over Texas dust, His neon sign was burning still. Old cowboys laughed with withered smiles, like they'd conquered endless miles. Slide guitars began to cry, blending with the midnight sky. Every note became a flame, calling every soul by name. Thunder faded far away, giving birth to a brand new day. Every scar upon my skin reminds me where I've always been. Cold moon over Texas dust, steel and fire built our trust. Every highway tells a tale, every outlaw leaves a trail. Cold moon over Texas dust. Nothing here belongs to us. Only music, only time, only these old hills to climb. When the desert meets the dawn, every fear is finally gone. The dust may hide our footprints deep, but not the promises we keep. If tomorrow calls my name, I'll ride these roads just the same. No king could buy what I found here. Freedom lives where skies are clear. Cold moon over Texas dust. Every mile earns our trust. Raise your glass beneath the stars. Here's to every faded scar. Cold moon over Texas dust. The blues are written into us. When the morning paints the plains, the road will call my name again. The moon slowly fades beyond the western horizon. Golden sunlight spills across the Texas plains. A lone Stratocaster sings one final soulful melody, while a distant harmonica drifts across the dusty wind. On the county line, your photograph was fading on my dashboard, still chasing ghosts I couldn't leave behind. The jukebox cried another worn-out song. Bartender said, "Boy, you've been here too long." I raised my glass to memories on fire, knowing every mile just pulled me farther on. Every scar has got a story. Every road forgets your name, but the wind keeps whispering softly. Nothing ever stays the same. Whiskey smoking broken highways, burning through another lonely night. Steel guitar keeps calling my soul, like an old train disappearing from sight. Whiskey smoking broken highways, every mile carries your goodbye. Loving you was my only freedom. I keep driving till the desert meets the sky. Refusing to die. Old black Chevy humming low and slow, headlights cutting through the midnight glow. Every town just looks a little smaller when you're searching for a place called home. Smoking broken highways, still rolling where the lost hearts go. One more sunset, one more lonely bar, one more story only blues can know. That's where I finally let go. Guitars were crying out my name. Smoke rolled slowly across the hardwood floor, like 100 broken hearts before. Boots kept dancing where the memories stayed. Every scar was earned, none ever fade. One more round beneath those whiskey lights, trying to outlast another lonely night. Every road has left its mark, every flame still burns the dark. When the night begins to call, the blues will catch us all. Midnight roadhouse revival, where the lost souls come alive. Every sixth string tells a story, every tear helps us survive. Midnight roadhouse revival, raise your glass into the sky. If the blues are all we're given, we'll keep this fire burning bright. Oh, black leather, worn out Chevrolet, still chasing dreams that slipped away. Broken mirrors hanging on the wall, still remember when we had it all. The bartender smiled without a word, like he'd heard every song I've ever heard. Another slow blues filled the room, keeping broken hearts forever in bloom. Every highway finds its end, every stranger needs a friend. When tomorrow feels too far, tonight becomes who we are. Midnight roadhouse revival, where the lonely never hide. Slide guitar and burning whiskey, keep the outlaws Hear the old jukebox when it calls. Every note becomes a prayer for every dream still hanging there. Midnight roadhouse revival, one more song before the dawn. Though the miles may steal tomorrow, tonight the blues keep rolling on. Midnight roadhouse revival, raise your soul and raise your voice. In this old forgotten roadhouse, every broken heart rejoices. The neon slowly fades away, morning steals the night. One last guitar echoes softly as the highway greets first light. The night's almost gone, but the road still calls. Chrome reflections on abandoned walls. The engine hums like an old blues tune beneath a fading midnight moon. Dust keeps dancing behind my wheels. Every mile reminds me how freedom feels. An old black strat rests by my side, my only truth on this final ride. The stars are slowly fading away, giving hope to a brand new day. One more highway left to find, leave the past 1,000 miles behind. One last ride before sunrise, where the darkness meets the light. Every mile heals a broken soul. Every dawn makes the story whole. One last ride before sunrise, with the wind against my face. The blues are written in my heart. No road can ever take their place. The roadhouse lights grow small behind, just memories drifting through my mind. Empty whiskey glasses left on the bar, this road should never end. I'll keep following the wind. Every scar became a song, teaching me where I belong. The morning waits beyond the hills, where every broken heart stands still. Freedom isn't found in gold, it's found in stories left untold. One last ride before sunrise. Raise your voice into the sky. Every soul that's ever wandered knows the reason why we ride. One last ride before sunrise. Let the guitars ring so free. When the first light paints the highway, the blues become eternity. The eastern sky slowly turns gold. The highway stretches endlessly toward the horizon. The engine settles into a gentle rumble, while a lone Stratocaster sings its final heartfelt melody. The last harmonica fades into the morning breeze, and the journey begins again. The night's almost gone, but the road still calls. Chrome reflections on abandoned walls. The engine hums. The Texas moon was shining low across the fields where wild winds blow. A dusty road beneath my wheels carried every wound I couldn't heal. My old guitar lay by my side, a faithful friend through every ride. The stars were burning jukebox played a slow guitar while cowboys gathered at the bar. The bartender raised another glass, saying, "Son, this storm will pass." Outside thunder rolled again, like an old friend riding with the wind. Every heartbeat found the groove when the steel strings started to move. Every scar became a flame. Every mile called my name. Texas moon blues, burning slow like the river's steady flow. Slide guitars begin to sing, freedom in every string. Texas moon blues carry me where the wild hearts still run free. If tomorrow never comes, tonight's enough beneath this sun. I've crossed rivers wide and dry, watched 1,000 sunsets die. Still this moon above the land guides this old guitar in my hands. You can't buy the stars tonight or tame the desert's silent light. All I own is this old song and the road that keeps me strong. Texas moon blues shine on me like an endless melody. Every highway, every mile makes this wandering spirit smile. Texas moon blues don't fade away. Stay with me until the day when the sunrise paints the plains. I'll ride these roads once again. The Texas moon slowly sinks beyond the western hills. The first golden light stretches across the open prairie. A lone Stratocaster whispers one final soulful phrase, while a distant harmonica drifts through the cool morning air. The road is endless and the blues are forever. fields where wild winds blow. A dusty road beneath my wheels carried every move.